So there's been a lot of videos on here where a lot of people have complained that the women's bathrooms are always the dirtiest, and it's not supposed to be that way. You know, you would think that maybe the men's would be dirtier, but it's actually the men's that are cleaner more than the women's. So my ex worked as a cleaner for this shopping center, and some of the stuff I saw when I was working with him, I'm traumatized to this day. So what I noticed is that the women's bathrooms will always have this permanent smell. No matter how much bleach you use, cleaning products, there was a permanent smell. I think it's a lot of pee that's maybe stuck to certain areas and stuck on the ground. I don't know, but there's always this sourness that is in a lot of women's bathrooms. When you walk in, it's stuffy, it's sticky, and it's a smell that you just cannot wait to get out of there. Another thing that I noticed with a lot of women's bathrooms is that there's always feminine products that are disposed incorrectly, meaning that people throw their pads into the toilet sometimes, or they throw them into the little box that they're supposed to get that has a paper, but they don't make sure that it goes in there. So the pad is sticking out, or it's put the wrong way and it's closed in. And when you try to put your stuff, you can't. You have to, take your stuff and put it somewhere else. And it's just like nobody takes the time to even wrap up their stuff and put it away nicely so that somebody else can use it. That's another thing. Another thing a common thing that I saw was a lot of women, when they're going through their period, okay, they don't check the seats. They just do their thing and leave. And they leave a lot of stains behind. And it's just so embarrassing, especially, when other people walk in, you're just like, oh my gosh, you want to just... Okay, another thing that I noticed with a lot of women's bathrooms was that there was always pee all over the seats. A lot of women, try to squat because they don't want to sit down. But the problem is that if you don't have good knees, especially when you get to a certain age, you're missing the bowl and you're dripping stuff all over, and you don't even take the time to wipe it off for other people. Another thing is there's some women out there that are not drinking a lot of water. I'm sorry to say, but there's a lot of women out there who are just not drinking enough water, and they're drinking a lot of coffee, a lot of caffeine, a lot of these energy products, and they're not drinking enough water. So that pee is always intense and strong, and the smell is just out of control. So drink some water, ladies. It will help you out. I'm telling you guys, it helps. Another thing that I noticed is that there was always some random stuff in the bathroom. The random tubs, from people throwing their underwears to, random, just random items that you're just like, how did this end up in here? So it just got to be so much. One time we saw this beautiful lady walking in, and we assumed that she was clean. So don't ever assume that somebody's beautiful and they look clean, that they are. Because literally this lady was so beautiful. She walked in. When she was done, she walked out without washing her hands, sprayed a little perfume, and walked off. And when we went back with my ex to clean, the stuff that we saw, we could not believe. Like, this lady